Parking can be one of the most stressful parts of driving, especially for individuals with mobility challenges. For disabled drivers, parking is not just about fitting a vehicle into a space. It is about safety, accessibility, comfort, and ensuring there is enough room to enter or exit the vehicle without risk of injury. Understanding the different types of parking and how to approach them confidently can make a significant difference in daily driving experiences. 3 of the most common parking styles encountered in parking lots and on city streets are angle parking, perpendicular parking, and parallel parking. Each type requires a slightly different technique and awareness of space. For disabled drivers, mastering these methods can improve independence and reduce the stress that sometimes comes with navigating crowded parking areas. Angle parking is one of the most common parking styles found in shopping centers, public facilities, and large parking lots. In angle parking, spaces are positioned diagonally along a lane, allowing drivers to pull forward into the spot at an angle rather than turning sharply. This style of parking is often considered one of the easiest to perform. Because the space is angled toward the direction of travel, drivers typically need less steering effort to enter the spot. For disabled drivers, especially those using adaptive equipment or dealing with limited mobility, angle parking can reduce the complexity of maneuvering the vehicle. When approaching an angled parking space, slow down and signal your intention to turn into the spot. Begin turning the steering wheel smoothly as your vehicle aligns with the opening of the space. Enter slowly to ensure your vehicle remains centered between the lines. Once parked, take a moment to check your positioning. Centering the vehicle is especially important if you need extra space to open the door fully or deploy assistive equipment. If the parking lot includes accessible spaces, they may be slightly wider to allow for easier entry and exit. Backing out of angled parking spaces also requires attention. Because vehicles parked on either side can block your view, reverse slowly, and check carefully for approaching traffic or pedestrians. The second parking style commonly encountered is perpendicular parking. These parking spaces are arranged at a 90-degree angle to the driving lane. Many parking lots, including those at grocery stores, medical facilities, and office buildings, use perpendicular parking. For disabled drivers, perpendicular parking can sometimes be more challenging than angled parking because it requires a sharper turn into the space. However, with practice and careful positioning, it becomes much easier. When approaching a perpendicular parking spot, begin by positioning your vehicle slightly away from the row of parked cars. This creates more room for turning. Once your front bumper passes the parking space you intend to use, start turning the steering wheel smoothly toward the opening. Move forward slowly as you guide the vehicle into the space. Straighten the wheel as your vehicle centers between the lines. Take your time and make small adjustments if necessary to ensure you are parked evenly. Perpendicular parking is common in accessible parking areas as well. These spaces are often wider than standard spots and may include an adjacent striped access aisle. The access aisle provides additional room for wheelchair ramps, lifts, or careful transfers. When using an accessible parking space, always make sure your disability parking permit is clearly displayed according to state regulations. Proper display ensures you are legally authorized to use the space and helps protect accessible parking for those who need it. The third major parking style is parallel parking. This method is most often used on city streets where vehicles park alongside the curb. Parallel parking can be intimidating for many drivers, but it becomes easier with practice and patience. Parallel parking requires positioning your vehicle in line with the parked cars along the curb. Begin by pulling up beside the vehicle in front of the empty space, leaving a few feet of distance between the two vehicles. Once aligned, shift into reverse and begin backing slowly while turning the steering wheel toward the curb. As the rear of your vehicle enters the space, continue reversing and adjust the steering wheel to guide the car smoothly into position. When done correctly, your vehicle should end up parallel with the curb, leaving enough room in front and behind for other cars to park. For disabled drivers, parallel parking can present additional considerations. Opening a car door toward traffic may create safety concerns, and curb heights may affect how easily someone can enter or exit the vehicle. Whenever possible, look for accessible parking spaces in nearby lots or garages, which often provide safer and more spacious alternatives. If parallel parking is necessary, choose a space that allows enough room to open your door fully and move safely. Always check traffic before stepping out of the vehicle. Regardless of which parking style you are using, safety should remain your top priority. Parking lots and street parking areas can be busy environments with moving vehicles, pedestrians, and unexpected obstacles. Always drive slowly when entering parking areas. Keep an eye out for pedestrians crossing between vehicles, and remain alert for other drivers who may be backing out of spaces. Using mirrors and backup cameras can greatly improve visibility while parking. Many modern vehicles are equipped with parking sensors and cameras that help drivers judge distance more accurately. These tools can be especially helpful when navigating tight spaces. Another important consideration is choosing the right parking spot whenever possible. If you have a valid disability parking permit, accessible spaces are designed to reduce walking distance and provide additional room for safe transfers. These spaces are typically located near building entrances and are marked clearly with signage and pavement symbols. Using accessible parking properly ensures that mobility challenges do not prevent individuals from accessing essential services and public spaces. Planning ahead can also make parking easier. If you are visiting a new location, consider researching the parking layout before you arrive. Many public buildings, hospitals, and shopping centers provide maps that show accessible parking areas. Knowing where to park in advance can reduce stress and help you avoid unnecessary driving around crowded lots. For disabled drivers, confidence behind the wheel often grows through practice and familiarity. Practicing different parking styles in quieter areas can help build comfort with steering, positioning, and vehicle spacing. Over time, techniques that once felt challenging become routine. Parking is an essential skill that supports independence and mobility. Whether navigating angled parking in a shopping center, perpendicular parking at a medical office, or parallel parking on a city street, understanding how each method works allows drivers to approach parking with greater confidence. By practicing these techniques, staying aware of surroundings, and properly using a disability parking permit when needed, disabled drivers can make parking safer, easier, and more accessible in everyday life. We truly hope this video made things clearer for you. Navigating the disabled parking process can feel overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. If you need a handicapped placard or plate and want a simpler, more convenient option, visit handicappedparking.com. We connect you with licensed doctors online so you can complete everything from home without the stress or guesswork. Our mission is to make the process easier and help you gain the independence and mobility you deserve. If you're unsure about your eligibility or running into obstacles, reach out to us. We're here to help guide you every step of the way. Make sure to subscribe for more helpful information about handicap parking permits and drop your questions in the comments below. We're always glad to support our community. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.